Everyone, welcome to yet another exciting edition of Sport Vibe on DNT World, where we bring you exciting and latest sport happenings across the world of sports. Every Tuesday, I remain your sports pilot, James Glory, and on today's episode, I will be taking you on an exciting ride across the world of sports as we used to do. So I would encourage you to please stay tuned because we'll be right back shortly after this break. Welcome back to another exciting edition of Sport Vibe on DNT Work. Definitely, and Postecoglou honeymoon is over with Tottenham, but that's not where we'll be starting from on today's episode of Sport Vibe on DNT Work. Let's quickly travel down to the world of golf where we talk about Camilo Villegas, who has won the Benelda Championship to end his 9-weight weight in the PGA Tour. Is an interesting one for him. After 9 years, he was able to eventually win the first trophy in the Bermuda PGA Tour. And quickly, let's travel down to the world of basketball in the NBA. Let's talk about the Clippers, who are yet to get a win with James Harden after a defeat to Memphis during the weekend. They are yet to get a win with James Harden. Everyone would have thought Harden would have made the team better, but the Clippers are yet to get a win since the signing and the arrival of James Harden. And quickly, in the world of football, you will know that during the midweek we witnessed the Champions League match, and in the midweek we saw so many records being set and so many records broken in the Champions League, and one of that is that Pepe becomes the oldest goal scorer in the Champions League. It's an interesting one. At the age of 40 years and 254 days, Pepe becomes the highest goal scorer in the UEFA Champions League after scoring a goal for Porto against Antwerp. And it's an interesting one for him at that his age, being able to score for Porto, and now becomes the oldest goal scorer in the Champions League history. And talking about the Champions League, Manchester City have definitely qualified for the next round of the Champions League. They are the defending champion and they have proceeded to the next round of the Champions League. Teams that have joined Manchester City in the next round of 16 of the Champions League remain Bayern Munich. They have also proceeded to the next round of the competition, and also we have RB Leipzig joining them among the teams that have proceeded to the next round of the competition. Inter Milan are there. We have RB Leipzig, we have Real Sociedad and Real Madrid that have been proceeding to the knockout phase of the Champions League since the inaugural edition. They have proceeded to the knockout stage of the Champions League for 27 times. It's an interesting one. Definitely Real Madrid are the most successful club when you talk about the UEFA Champions League. They have won it on 14 occasions. It's an interesting one in the Champions League. Some teams have qualified for the next round of the competition, but the Group F remains open and the Champions League will be making it to the next round of the competition. We'll be going to the Europa League and the Group F of the Champions League. This is yet to be decided as Newcastle suffered a defeat again to Borussia Dortmund. AC Milan and PSG are in that particular group, and you see AC Milan proceeding to the next round of the competition, on PSG with Kylian Mbappe proceeding to the round of 16 in the UEFA Champions League competition. Let's keep our fingers crossed and see who will be proceeding to the next round in the Group F. And also talking about football, let's travel down to the Bundesliga, German's league, where Harry Kane has shown to us that he can't stop scoring goals in the Bundesliga as he becomes the first player in the Bundesliga to reach 17 goals in just 11 matches in the Bundesliga. You remember the highest goal scorer of the previous season in the Bundesliga, Okuku, was able to manage only 16 goals in the Bundesliga, but after just 11 games, Harry Kane has been able to score 17 goals in the Bundesliga. This is an interesting one. You can take nothing away from the Englishman who keeps making and breaking records in the world of football. And also an interesting one in the world of sport. Let's talk about this positive news that we got during the week, that the father of Luis Diaz has been released after being kidnapped. It's an interesting one and an exciting one for him. He must be happy right now. Remember, in their match against Luton, he set freedom for his father, and just before a week he eventually got his request being answered as his father has been released by kidnappers. Quickly, let's go on a very short break, and when we're right back, we continue from where we stopped. Welcome back. You remember before the break I said Ange Postecoglou honeymoon with Tottenham looks to be over. You remember last week they suffered a defeat against Chelsea 4-1, and this week again they suffered another defeat to Wolverhampton Wanderers 2-1 in that particular match during the weekend. Ange Postecoglou though has won the manager of the year of October, but in the month of November he is yet to win a match in the Premier League. It's a devastating one for them after their outstanding performance in the Premier League this season, which Ange Postecoglou will be able to get the best of the Tottenham team. They will be without James Maddison for a long while, and you see them probably maintaining the top 4 in the Premier League this season. And also in the Premier League is an interesting one, talking about Mo Salah, who eventually won the Player of the Month of October. Mo Salah was able to win that for Liverpool, and he has been able to secure that with his outstanding performance in the month of October. Continuing from where he stopped in the month of October, Mo Salah has scored his 200th goal in English football. Remember, Mo Salah played for Chelsea at some point, but he's now playing for Liverpool and doing so well for Liverpool Football Club. They were on the verge of selling him to Saudi Arabia League, but Liverpool decided to hold on to Mo Salah, and he has proven to them and he has shown them the reason why he is the player for Liverpool Football Club. Is an interesting one during the weekend also, where we saw Manchester City take on Chelsea, and in that particular match was a dramatic one. In the match where we witnessed an 8-goal trailer between Manchester City and Chelsea. Chelsea didn't give up without a fight. They have shown to us that they are the team to watch out for in the Premier League this season. Remember, they were able to hand Postecoglou Tottenham side their first defeat in the Premier League this season, and just a week after they have been able to play a draw against Manchester City, the defending champion in the Premier League. 4-4 draw in that particular match, and we saw Raheem Sterling and Cole Palmer scoring against their former club. It's an interesting one for Mauricio Pochettino. Arguably, he might just be nominated for the manager of the month of November in the Premier League. But you can take nothing away from Chelsea Football Club, who are yet to lose a match to any team in the top 4. Remember, they played a draw against Liverpool. They were able to get a draw against Arsenal. They played a draw against Manchester City during the weekend, and they were able to defeat Tottenham Hotspur. And this is how the Premier League table looks ahead of the international break. We see Manchester City occupying the top spot in the Premier League. We see Liverpool following very closely with 27 points. Also, Arsenal following very closely with 27 points at the 3rd position, with Tottenham Hotspur the 4th position, and Aston Villa in the 5th position. Manchester United, though with their poor form, have been able to get the maximum points in their last 5 matches. They are the only Premier League team to have been able to get the highest points available in their 5 matches, and they have been able to sit in the 6th position in the Premier League ahead of the international break. This is an interesting one in the world of football and in the world of sport at large. And this is the length at which we'll be going on this week's episode of Sport Vibe on DNT World. For more news and sports stories, follow us across our various social media handles as Sport Vibe on DNT World. Stay blessed, remain safe, enjoy your week. Thank you.